If I could travel back in time knowing what I know, shit would be a lot different. If you know, you know. Everything I'm not made me who I am. Make it to the top was my only plan.
Yo, it's your boy HJ. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. Pay attention, man. You might learn something.
Yeah, y'all, it's the Kid HG, man. We back with another interview, man. I got a special guest with me today, man. And introduce yourself, bro.
Super.
You know what I mean?
Some people call me A. You know what I mean? Whatever one y'all feel comfortable with.
Alright, man. Today, man, you know I do my little prison stories and all that. And you know, I let people come on here and tell their story, and I've been telling you that you got a special story, you know what I'm saying? Because you've been through a lot. You've been through a lot of pressure, and you know, we don't glorify that shit, but we try to get out positive messaging. We just try to show, like, especially with you, like, I want to show, like, the shit that you was, you know what I mean, you had up against you, and you stood tall. You know what I mean? I feel like that should be celebrated more, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, they don't stand tall, you know what I'm saying?
A lot of niggas talk that sturdy shit, and they really ain't really stand up against none, so you can't really say you sturdy until you actually went up against some shit.
You gotta be tested, man.
That could break you. So,
right, so
I get that.
All right, we gonna start off like this, man. Where you from?
I'm from Willingboro, New Jersey.
Right, born and raised?
Yeah, whole Runnerson County though. What's up?
Yeah, all right. So, how was it for you growing up? Like, how your household was?
My shit was a little bit different because, you know, when I first moved to New Jersey, I moved to Sunbury and then I moved to Willingboro, but this back, like, in the 90s when Willingboro was still, like, okay, when it still had white people. So it's like, you would think that moving from there, everything was good, but the only reason I moved there, my grandmother was a realtor, and she ended up, like, putting a play together so my mother could move because she wanted us to move out of Sunbury. This back in the 90s when Sunbury was super bad.
All right, so where's Sunbury at? That's like
Sunbury and Pemberton.
Yeah, that's all Burlington
County.
That's
a little
hood. Sunbury, like, as far as Burlington County, there's only a few, like, real hoods out there.
Yeah, and that's one of them.
Sunbury was one of them. That's like where poverty's at, and you had the gardens, and I would probably say maybe Burlington
City, yeah.
That was like the hoods, like Borough was like a new town.
Borough wasn't even a hood back then. That was like the burbs for real back then. That was like you came from a good family if you moved out there.
I mean, would you consider the Borough the hood now?
I mean, yeah, it's different.
Yeah, it's
different.
different.
There ain't no white people out there no more. They all moved away. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
that shit different. You know, it's gunplay out there now, or like a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? So like
Right,
a more rampant thing. I think back in the day, like when I moved to Borough, that's like when all the people, like if it was street dudes out there, those was the dudes that was getting a lot of money and they was from the inner city. They moved out, they moved their family out there to have a backyard and a front yard and all of that. You feel me?
I always tell dudes the Borough to me is like Atlanta because it was like an all black town and everybody came from other places. So you would meet people from everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Like you would meet people from Philly, Camden, up top New York. It was just a lot of people from all over.
Everybody moves there. It was a good area to like in the houses back then was affordable.
Yeah, it was affordable, yeah, exactly.
So it's like it was a good joint. Now it's like everybody from the inner city ran there. They got Section 8 houses in Willingboro now. So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
A lot of like foster kids out there.
It's just a different story from how it was when I first moved out there in the 90s and shit.
Right. So so how was like your household? Like you was raised by your mom, your dad,
My father got killed by his best friend. In the early 90s, like 92, you know what I'm saying?
Where you got killed in the Borough?
Nah, in Atlanta.
Oh, in Atlanta, so he passed early.
Yeah, he passed early. I was legit. I was probably like 4 years old when my father died.
That was like a backdoor situation.
Yeah, nah, they was beefing about some paper, you know what I'm saying? They got into a little altercation, and dude ended up shooting my father, you know? So I grew up with my mother. My mother was sick. My mother had MS coming up, so I was, like I said, moving to Willingboro around a lot of kids that had two-parent households. I was like fucked up. Like I was like a dirty kid, you know what I'm saying? Shoes fucked up, you know, going through the struggles that most niggas go through that, you know, in the inner city. You know what I'm saying? I was just in the burbs, in a better situation.
Alright, so how old was you when you jumped off the porch?
Shit, when I jumped off the porch, shit, I can't say like, I feel like I always been like rebellious, like I always been in trouble, but like off the porch, like trying to get some money and having guns and shit, like no cap, like 11. I got my first pole when I was 11.
Yeah, 11 is crazy. Especially for that
environment.
Smoking
in 5th grade, you know what I'm saying? Like 6th grade type shit.
So you was like advanced, like.
Yeah.
So what you think like made you take that route? Like, you know what I'm saying? Did you feel like you was influenced or you just felt like that's
I feel like I was influenced, like I was already getting in trouble with no direction, but like with like a little bit more into my background, you know, I got all sisters. I'm the only boy, you feel what I'm saying? And all my sisters is different. And one of my sisters, my second oldest sister, she was kind of ratchet. So she was always around niggas that was getting money, all types of shit. And then I was smoking, so like that kind of like the niggas that was getting money, that was like they took a liking to me. You feel what I'm saying? Like I said, I got my first gun, first pack, 11 years old. So that was like the thing. So I think already getting in trouble and then just being around seeing niggas profiting from it, that shit kind of like allured me. Like damn, I could change my situation, and you know it was like it was up from there.
Right. So, you know you did a long bid, right? So, what did you end up getting time for the first? Because you did 2 bids. You did a state joint, you did a fed joint. So your first joint was the fed joint, right?
I went to the feds twice, but my first initial what got me in like federal custody and got them a hold of me. I went down. My part was bank robbery. You feel what I'm saying? The drug charges, but the initial case was a RICO investigation. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And I end up getting how it split from a RICO investigation. And I tell people this. With a RICO investigation, they gotta have organizational structure. And at the time with our investigation, they really didn't have organizational structure. So how it ended up falling is everybody from my team, we end up catching our own indictments, our own indictments and complaints. Me, I went down on a complaint meaning I got caught in the act of robbing a bank. And I ended up pleading guilty, and they threw the drugs out, the state threw their cases out, and I ended up pleading guilty to 132 months.
So yeah, I was going to ask you that. They try to like make it seem like you was part of a gang or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because the article, if I'm not mistaken, it said Bloods, Crips, and Muslims Omar, right?
Yeah, they were saying we was a Muslim gang. A lot of people that's from our era, it's kind of dying out now because it's been some time, so a lot of youngsters won't know about it. But a lot of people from our era, they were saying we was part of a gang called MOE, and it's still for Muslims over everything. And we was beefing with blood niggas at the time. And it was just one of them type of situations, and that was taken out of context because we never really like actually ascribed ourselves to being a gang member. We never had no like insignia saying we're MOE. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Mike. You feel what I'm saying? He got the motivation over everything. Clothing. He turned a positive from a negative, but that's like the only time that you'll see something that say MOE after the fact, you know what I'm saying? But during that era in 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, you never seen nobody from my team say we was MOE. But that was like, it was a lot of scrutiny behind that, and a lot of our sentencing procedures and shit that we had to go through in the jail was made harder because that whole gang stigma saying that we was gang members, and it was just like a lot of bullshit in that.
Right, I used to be around y'all a little bit around that time. You know what I mean? I wasn't like everyday homie, but y'all used to come around my way. We used to shoot dice.
Niggas had some history.
I used to come to rodeo day. We used to turn up, and I never heard nobody say MOE.
Absolutely.
So when I seen the article, I was like, "What? Where y'all get that from?" You know what I'm saying? Like,
and I'm gonna say this.
So hold on, let me ask you this: did y'all have shirts that said that?
No.
Right. So they try to see y'all had shirts and all that. You know
This
what I'm
the thing. So I was gonna say that, like, and I'm gonna say this because I know a lot of dudes that play for the red team. They gonna watch this, and it might rub some feelings. That's not the intent, you know. And niggas know me now. Niggas be locking in with me, so niggas know I ain't even knowing that. But a lot of that MOE shit came from the so-called niggas we was beefing with. You feel what I'm saying? My bro went to trial, and it was 100 niggas wanting to get him to stand on it. You feel what I'm saying? And these is regular niggas that's every day. You feel what I'm saying? This is in his Jinx material. That before he was about to pick his jury, the federal prosecutor said he had 100 witnesses ready and willing. So a lot of that MOE shit, that shit came from dudes that ain't like niggas, man. Niggas do the same thing. Niggas pillow talk to bitches. Niggas pillow talk to the police.
For sure.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, so it's like a lot of that came from that. But I could rest assured it was nobody that ever was like, yo, we're MOE. Don't nobody wanna, especially when you outside for real. You feel what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody wanna be have notoriety from being a gang member. Like,
so being as though y'all ain't have gang structure, they just dropped the RICO type joint?
Yeah, because this the thing. Like I said, it started as a RICO investigation, but being that we was doing so much, like everybody on my team, we all had our own little lane. Like me, I was into the banks, you feel what I'm saying? And it was gun trafficking, it was murders being investigated, it was shootings, it was drugs, the banks, it was just a lot of stuff being investigated. So what they was trying to do is they was throwing whatever at the wall could stick, and being that everybody had their own little lane, it's like, how can you can't say that organization if everybody's doing their own thing, because an organization has to have a leader. You know what I'm saying? And that was the whole thing. It wasn't no leader. It wasn't no structure. It was just some young niggas. We was just young and turned. You feel what I'm saying? As the young niggas would say now. You feel what I'm saying? We was super turned up. And that's just that.
All right, that was my next question. I was going to ask you, like, when you cut your case, so you went down for bank robbery.
Yeah.
So did you have any codees?
Nah, I was by myself.
All right, that's a good thing. So you ain't got to worry about nobody telling on you, none of that. So you ain't had nobody want to testify against you?
Nah, fuck no. I had niggas telling on me, but that was in the scheme of the RICO investigation. You feel what I'm saying? It wasn't directly from my case. Like, I had dudes that went down before me, try to tell on me and implicate me in other little situations, and that's how that went.
All right, so how did you feel about that newspaper article when you seen that, John?
Man, and the funny thing about it, I still got that shit on my phone. If you look at the date, I got booked on I got booked June 19th of 2008. That Trentonian article, that shit ain't come out till October. So sitting in my cell, like looking at that, like, damn, I just made the front page of Trentonian, and I ain't even from Trenton. Right. That shit was like, and then a lot of that timing was spooky, because I was still in the wave of, I'm fighting this case. I told my lawyer from the rip, I'll take Tim right now. I'm just trying to get out the way, because I knew my situation with my team. Like, not saying, I'm glad that I come from a team that all of my, and I'm gonna say this too, all of my immediate comrades, nobody told on me. But at the end of the day, y'all young niggas, y'all be thinking y'all gang with y'all homies, and it's that, and you'll never know. Your homie might not be your homie when y'all catch a case. You feel what I'm saying? So I was sitting in jail with the fear of, just like my homies are sitting in jail, because I was one of the first to go down. So when I got booked, a lot of my bros were still outside. So they still thinking that, I'ma tell, and I'm thinking that they got their situations, because two of my homies, they had sealed indictments. You feel what I'm saying? So they was already cooked from the rip. So they scared, I'm scared. It was just a bad situation. So to answer your question, to make that paper on the front page is just like added to the stress load. Like, but you still are, you fighting the case, damn. Like,
one thing about Trentonian, they got a way of like adding gas to it. Like, they gave Willowbro the title "Killing Bro." Like, when y'all be hearing these young boys running around saying that, it's because Trentonian said that. You know what I'm saying? So the whole Bloods, Crips, and Muslims, oh my, like, that was crazy. Like, you know what I mean? I was home for that, and I seen it. I'm like, what? Like, what's going on?
Shit, Burlington County Times was cooking niggas too. They was giving they man. I made the Burlington County Times before I went home.
Oh yeah, they vicious before
I got booked, because another one of my homies, they caught a robbery. They put me and my homie, we had ended up catching a gun case together. And a couple days later, he catches a robbery. They put my fucking address in the article with him getting caught with the robbery, like my home address. You feel what I'm saying? So like, it was just like not a piece of my address, the whole address. So, and at the time we warned, so it's like, it was just like,
everybody know where you stay.
Man, the papers are sensationalized, and nowadays I feel like they redact that shit now. They don't really put niggas out there like how they should.
I wonder if you could like sue them for, like, you know what I mean, for false information.
It's funny, I tried to go that avenue, like I was ready, because y'all saying that I'm involved in a crime and I ain't even committing. I'm out on bail the whole time.
You know what's crazy though? The police, I feel like, give them the stuff
right.
to write.
Yeah, nah,
absolutely. Because
absolutely.
I think one time I had Googled something, and a police article was there, and it was like telling the newspaper what to say.
Oh yeah, that's
so
wild.
The police got a hit in that too. You know what I'm saying? So when you got booked, you ended up going to MDC, right, down Philly?
I went to FDC first. That's Philly.
I said FDC.
I went to MDC too.
What's MDC? That's in New York, right?
MDC is Metropolitan Detention Center. FDC is Federal Detention Center in Philly. The MDC is in Brooklyn.
Yeah, all right.
Back when I went down, they still had MCC too in Manhattan.
Why you saying the MDC though?
Okay, this the thing. You know, they got routes when you go to the feds. Like when you now we speeding up, because this around the time I'm sentenced. So what they do is when you go to the feds, it's a route for every prison. So being at the jail I was going to was by Canada, I got to pass through New York. So I ended up leaving FDC, and I stayed in MDC for like a whole summer, for the whole 09 summer. And I ended up getting to my first prison in August of 2009.
So you copped out instantly. You wasn't fighting for a minute.
I copped out. I told them I was ready to plead guilty at Raymond.
So, all right. So what was they offering you though?
They don't really offer. I fell in guidelines.
Oh, guidelines. What was your guidelines?
My guidelines at first, because they fucked me at the end. My guidelines was, I think my max was 117 months.
How many years is that?
117 is like a little shy. It's 3 months shy of it's 9 years, 9 months. You feel what I'm saying? So what happened was, when I caught my case, I took the people on the chase, and what the feds do is they got like when you do that it's used for any law enforcement. Like if you take them on a run, if the feds come raid your crib and I jump out the window and jump in the car and speed off, I'm gonna get 2 points for the reckless endangerment. So what happened was they tallied up all my points. I got the points for accepting mine for playing out and all of that, took it off, and my shit was at a level 22. You feel what I'm saying? A level 2 22. And so level 2 22, and that was the max was the guidelines was 117 months. So what they did was nobody in the bank wanted to make a statement. So what they did was they took the statements from the initial statements that the tellers gave to the FBI on the first, and they put it in my victim impact statements. A regular statement from a victim impact statement is different. A victim impact statement is where the police go back and ask them how they feel, like do they relive the robbery or do they relive whatever incident happened. So what they did was they used the statements that the general statements, and basically when I got away, it was no police behind me for a long period of time. So my lawyer actually fought at sentencing because they dropped it on them at sentencing. They was adding 2 points onto me, and 2 points made my shit go up from 117 to 132 months. No, 117 to 148 months, and I ended up getting 100.
Which is how many years?
148 is a little bit over 12, and I ended up getting 11, so that was 132.
Dang. So how many bank robberies did they charge you with? Just one?
Just one.
All right. Yeah, we ain't gonna get into nothing else. But
Yeah, just one. I mean, statute of limitations, stuff I can
Oh,
solve for you.
right. Yeah, but that wasn't your first rodeo.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, big. But all right. So when you all know when you go to the feds, you know they got cars and all that. And what car was you in?
I mean, see, this the thing. I'm
First of all, explain to them what a car is.
I'm gonna give y'all. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of game. I'm Muslim, so technically, I'm really supposed to just be on Muslim time in the Muslim way. You feel what I'm saying? But the jail I went to, my first prison was Raybrook, FCI Raybrook, which is a medium-high transition spot. And I'm gonna break that down too. When I say transition spot, in the feds, a lot of times they got this the levels. You got penitentiary is the max, medium is the second level. Then you got lows, and then you got camps. Camp is the lowest. So a lot of times you'll have a dude, like, let's just say you got a lifer. You know what I'm saying? What a lifer in the feds is, you gotta have 10 years clear conduct, no write-ups, no nothing, if you have life to go to a medium. And everybody in every jail in the feds, everybody's trying to make it to the lowest level of security. So when you go to these mediums, sometimes they'll say these mediums is worse than the pens because you're in the pen, you're in the medium with dudes that can't go nowhere. Like with the feds, it's time criteria with the security levels. So you have to have a time criteria to go. So if you got a life sentence, you are never gonna go under a medium. So now when you get to these mediums might be filled up with niggas that been in that jail for 20 years that got life that's never going home. You feel what I'm saying? So my first jail was a medium transition spot. So a medium that these is one of the mediums that they send the niggas that's from the pen or the disciplinary niggas to see how they work, or the dudes that's supposed to be in the pen, you might get a management variable which holds you from going to the pen. So now you just in a jail with a bunch of wild niggas. Like I'm in there with Mexicans with tats on their face, and I'm a young nigga, I'm a kid at the time. So basically,
how old was you when you caught your case?
When I caught my case, I was 20. I just turned 20.
Right.
And when I actually got to prison, I was 21. But at the time, I was the youngest nigga in the whip. You feel what I'm saying? It was 100 Jersey niggas.
So you was in the Jersey car?
I was in a Jersey car, so I'm gonna get back to that. So like I said, I'm Muslim, but the jail I went to first, Raybrook, the structure really wasn't, because it was a little bit of everything. And then like a lot of other jails, you can't be Muslim and be in your whip. Either you gonna be Muslim or you gonna be in your car, or you gonna be blood, and you're gonna be in the Jersey whip. And a lot of times, like in Raybrook, the leadership in the cars, they was just having anything. It was Bloods and Crips, all in the Jersey.
So I feel like the Jersey car always got a bunch of gang members in it.
Yeah, and it's not supposed to be like that. Like when you go to like these pens, it's structured. They gonna ask you like, is you on Jersey time or are you on gang time? Because you never know. You might wake up, a Jersey nigga might get into it with a Blood. And now the cars is, you feel what I'm saying? The niggas
They was Muslims, ain't they?
Exactly. So it was like a conflict of interest in Raybrook. And it was a lot of little backdoor shit. So I say that to the young niggas that's going to the feds, man, like choose wisely, like, and keep your eyes open, because when you get in these cars, it's like, it's not just you. I done been in situations where I'm young and dumb and I'm not knowing that this situation could go all the way left Like niggas is it's not like the state where niggas is gonna go get busy and nah, you'll fight one of your homies in the car. You feel what I'm saying? Like on some hand to hand, let's go on and sell shit. Everything else, knife play. Like that shit is like
you get
get stabbed up ASAP. Like they ain't.
Yeah, like so, like explain to the people like some of the things you had to go through. Cause you did. First of all, you 20 years old. You facing over 10 years. Like what's going on in your head? Like was it ever a chance where you like, oh man, I don't know what's about to happen. I don't. You know what I mean?
Nah,
Like
for sure. Like I'm gonna be honest with you.
Did you ever pay lawyer?
Nah, in the feds out there, in the state out there, because you gotta remember, I was out on. I caught my fed case. I was out on bail.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying, for a gun case, and then I caught more state cases when the feds, because when I got booked, I got caught with drugs, all types of shit. They gave me aggravated assault for pointing the gun. It was like a multiple. I got like 14 more charges. See, I only pled the two charges in the feds, but what was going on in my mind, like I said, the climate, like you know me, bro. So it's like what was going on. You was around. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm just like worried about like it was other shit. So it's like I'm like, damn, niggas could implicate me as one of the bros going to tell. It's already niggas that's telling, you feel what I'm saying? Like, it was just a bad situation. So when I actually got the time, my mind stayed shifted to, damn, how the fuck I'm gonna do 10 years? I'm a young nigga. That's all my 20s. Like, I'm about to miss the glory years, like where I'm supposed to be fucking up and getting bitches pregnant or just like having, you feel what I'm saying, growing up. So like for real, I kind of grew up in jail. Like I became a man in jail. You feel what I'm saying?
Around old heads, right? Like, you know, around old heads and all that. That's how I do. I always run around the older guys. So like, just explain to them like something you have to go through, like as far as being away from your family. Like the feds will put you anywhere. Like you're not gonna be in your state. You might be in Albuquerque tomorrow. You just wake up and move.
Yeah, that shit go like this. You know what I'm saying? They call that shit diesel therapy, and I ain't believe that shit. They used to talk about it when I was fighting my kids, cause when I was down, like I did a lot of my time. I didn't go straight to FDC. When I got to FDC, I was sentenced already. So I did most of my time in the county because I was, like I said, once again, I was fighting other cases. And they was trying to, how the shit was set up, it was so spooky. They was trying to fuck me. They was trying to make me go do my state time first and then go do my fed time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
No.
So it was a nigga in the county with me. He been to the feds and he ended up being a rat too. I found out that nigga was the police. But long story short, he kind of laced me up, like what they expect. Like as long as your paperwork good in the feds and you know how to mind your fucking business and you respectable, you was gonna be alright. But a lot of shit I went through, like, and cause I go through it now, like a lot of motherfuckers look at me cause how I be looking and think I'm mean. You feel what I'm saying? I think that I'm on some too tough shit. And a lot of situations I got into locked up was just off my facial expression and off the thing that I stay to myself. I don't really mix and mingle with niggas. You feel what I'm saying? Like I don't really talk. So a lot of that shit, like man, it was rough. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't really like get it down pat until I had like half my time in, and then by then I was like in the low and I started really like fucking with niggas, like locking in with niggas. But like my first 5 years, I was like trying to find myself and stay out the way. You feel what I'm saying? I done had niggas pull 3 musketeer knives out on me, all types of shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know, just on some, like, just cause how I move around and how I don't deal with niggas. So a lot of times niggas mistake cause you to yourself that you tough, you feel what I'm saying, or that you don't talk to niggas, you feel what I'm saying? I'm just briefing to the point with niggas. So a lot of that, you know, I done mixed with niggas, you know, all types of shit. So it was just that, like, you know, typical jail shit. But like I said, to the young niggas that's watching this shit, man, if you gotta go through a bid, man, the best thing you could do is just go mind your business, bro. Like, and just be respectable. But at the same time, you gotta stand on what you stand on, because every jail I've been to is always a nigga that feel like he's super tough, that's jugging for trouble. And you might interact with that person, and if you show any sign of like
about the DC cats, like they be tripping.
Any sign, yeah, and the crazy part, that was like my first altercation with some DC niggas. Facts.
So he's like moving, they be deep in
over here. Nah, I see them niggas stabbing niggas 20 deep, man. All from a fist fight. You feel what I'm saying? So that's another thing. You get into it with one of them, you might as well just crash out and go to another yard, because they gonna form Virtron. Because the thing I don't like about them is, like, you got some good Muslim brothers that's on the hot, that's on their deen, they sharp as hell. But then you got the YM ones that might be Muslim, but they still on DC time. The thing I don't like about with them is they really be on that DC or nothing shit. So you could be fly with one of them and be cool as fuck, but you get into it with one of their mans And next thing you know, the nigga that you thought was your guy, he ain't your guy no more. You feel what I'm saying? He really wasn't for you. So that's the thing I don't like about them, because I done mixed and mingled with other cars where other niggas are kind of shoot you bad, where it'd be like I done had a situation with some Oklahoma niggas, and they was all Crips, you feel what I'm saying? And my man was from, my old head was from Oklahoma, you feel what I'm saying? And he stood on business for me because his little homie was out of pocket, you feel what I'm saying? And it was just like, I'm like lining up. At this time, I'm taking all phase, it don't even matter, you feel what I'm saying? So it was like, I don't care, y'all can line that shit up, but bro really on some shit, like he stood with me like, man, bro, like, nah, y'all gonna have to give him his fair one, you feel what I'm saying? But the DC niggas, they not coming like that, under no circumstances. And them niggas be gay.
That's what I love about that shit. Like, is that true what they say about them? Though?
Nah,
not all of them.
Not all
right?
of them, not. And this the thing, no shade to DC, because there's some DC niggas that I fuck with. Like, it's, but, you know, y'all city got a bad rep, man. And y'all going, the real ones, y'all going to acknowledge it.
I heard you putting bids in, like,
man,
they give Jersey car, like say if it's a blade in your car, right? They'll try to pay y'all to you know what I mean, make a move with him, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah, on some real shit, them niggas, I done seen, man, and it's funny because it's a nigga on IG, I don't know his name. We was actually in a jail together. It was a punk named D-Block. I done seen some DC nigga go hard for D-Block, man. Like, man, it's crazy, man.
D-Block.
Yeah, nigga was wild, man.
So look, I mean, of course, jail is jail. So, but you would say the feds is still the bid in the state bid?
Yeah, it's a lot of dirty niggas in the state. Like in this, and so my situation, I did a 10 straight off my first bid, and then I caught another case where I caught a state case, and I had to go back to the feds and the state. I never been upstate before, man. That state shit is hard. That shit hard living.
Especially now, like a lot of things changed this state.
It's hard living, man.
Locked down a lot more. They understaffed, all that. I mean, the state they say used to be wide open before my time. You know what I'm saying? It was a point where you can go home with furloughs and all that from Yarville.
Yeah, nah, the feds
is nothing like that.
The feds is freedom. I'm gonna say this: the benefits of the feds. In jail is jail. Like, we not even gonna glorify jail and make it like it's cool. Like that's where you wanna go. Like, nah. But I'm gonna tell you this: if you got some player in you and you a fly nigga, you gonna earn some resources to where like I forged some bonds with niggas across America in the feds. You feel what I'm saying? Like I done got to rub elbows with some players. You feel what I'm saying? And that's the thing, like you around niggas, you around money, you around you could go to the feds and be on your dick. Like you could not have a support system. I done seen niggas run up 200, 300,000 out the kitchen. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? I done seen niggas get the pack and get cool with some niggas that's in play and run up by their mama house. You feel what I'm saying? You just around players like when you go to the feds and your paperwork right, the first thing your homies do, and niggas that's from, like if you from Jersey, you might have 100 Jersey niggas. They gonna bring you a bag. They gonna bring you the stuff that you don't have because you might not be able to go to canteen that day. So niggas is gonna look out for you. Niggas is going door to door and putting shit in the bag. So they gonna drop a bag on you. In the state, man, I done seen it, man. Nigga won't give you nothing. You feel what I'm saying? Right. Nigga steal from you in the state. Like that's another thing. Like in the feds.
When I came in Crab, the Muslims looked out. A couple of Muslims dropped.
You might have some.
Nothing crazy though, but they gave me like some. What's it called? Cosmetics and all that.
Yeah, nah, niggas will get you right,
suits,
but
it ain't like that in the
feds is a little bit different.
It's a big car. It's a big car.
But the thing with that is too, they gonna tell you too, like, bro, you waiting on your property, you waiting on your paperwork. First off, do you have your paperwork in your property? All right, look, if you take this bag and your paperwork right, you know we crashing you, right?
Yeah,
like we getting you up out of here. It ain't like, cause you could leave right now if you're not right. Like you could just walk down to the lieutenant office and tell them that you're not right and go up. But if you take this bag that we giving you, we crashing you, bro. Like that's just how that's gonna go.
Yeah, and you was booked with some people from down our way. That's somebody, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was booked with Lynch.
Yeah, Lynch.
Bro,
when I came off the porch in 2000.
Shout out to Beverly too.
And when I came outside, Lynch and them had just got their situation. Like they had just got their indictment and all that. So I never really rubbed shoulders with dude, but he like a legend.
He's a legend, man. Good brother.
Like I think he was out Beverly, but for the whole county, he was like a legend out there. And you was booked with Lil O from Trenton.
Yeah,
I heard
good nigga.
I mean, what other dudes you was booked with that's like, I mean, like, no.
Tyke from Camden, who else I was booked with? I was like, man, that shit was so long.
Did you tell me that was it you that told me that you was, like, you seen, what's dude name from Rock Nation?
Biggs.
Biggs. Yeah.
I was booked with Ja Rule.
Yeah.
I was booked with Spig Nice from the Lost Boys.
Right. He did
I was booked
stretch.
with a lot of cartel dudes. Who else was famous?
There was somebody you told me recently.
Ron Osley was in.
Ron Osley, the singer?
Yeah.
For real?
That nigga got caught stealing bread out the kitchen, man.
Well, he
That nigga
down
was
for tax
smiling,
evasion or
he was
something?
down for tax evasion.
Alright, I'm about to say that was some meatballs.
Oh, I was down with Twisted Black from Texas. Booked with a couple dudes, you know. And then another thing is when you taking these transits in the feds, like when they ship you across the country, you don't know who you gonna run into. It just be who getting shipped at the time.
So Lynch was down with the Jersey card?
Yeah, he was in the Jersey with.
Shout out to Lynch though, man. I heard he doing his thing, man.
Yeah, shout out to him.
So you come home after doing 10, you know what I'm saying? What year was that? It was like 19?
17.
I was 17? Alright, I just came home that year too, so we linked back up and you was only home for a little bit and ended up having a state joint. So what was the case with that?
That was some fraud shit, you feel what I'm saying?
Trying to get to the bag.
Trying to get to the bag, you know.
When you came home, obviously from doing 10, you're not up, like you gotta start from scratch.
Yeah, nah, and the crazy thing about that is when I caught the fraud case, that shit was 4 years after I came home. I wasn't even really doing it. I was working and trying to make the music shit work, you feel what I'm saying? I was rapping, you feel what I'm saying, 100 miles per hour. And the pandemic hit, and I tried a jug, you feel what I'm saying? That shit went bad from ripping. I ain't come back outside, you feel what I'm saying? I remember you telling me like, yo, bro, you gotta run your ones up. And that's when I really came back outside. But for real, from like 17 to 20, I really wasn't doing nothing. I was a regular nigga.
Yeah, you was working. I remember you working and stuff. I mean, so how would you say it was in the state? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't never want to go back to that bitch.
That y'all was torture.
It's not even that, because the type of nigga I am, I'm like a no-nonsense nigga. So like, I don't get high, I don't really do too much. So like, when niggas is, and then I come from a long line of players, you know what I'm saying? So like, not saying I'm the richest nigga, I'm not saying none of that, but I come from a certain kind of etiquette, so I'm really not with the stealing, I'm not with the dirty shit, I'm not with the I'm just not with that, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of shit I watch niggas okay in the state, like I tell niggas, cause I remember it was a nigga from Camden named T.Y., and he had to go to the feds after he left the state, and I'm like, yo bro, you ever been to the feds? He like, nah, I'm a state baby, I just been in the state. I'm like, yo bro, unlearn all this shit that you learned there, cause niggas gonna kill you, bro. Like just the normal shit that niggas do in the state, and they think it's cool, where running in a nigga room, taking a nigga TV while he not in there, taking canteen from it. Niggas are a nigga will watch, like, seeing the difference in the feds. You don't even have to talk to a nigga. If a nigga or see a nigga go in your room, a nigga will tell you, like, yo, you know such and such. It might be, you might have okayed it. A nigga, yo, you know, main man went in your room. So the gist of the story is like, niggas will tell you that, like niggas is Steven. In the state, niggas will watch a nigga steal your shit and don't even say nothing. That's cool. But the way they look at it in the feds is a thief to one is a thief to all. You feel what I'm saying? Because if you're steal from him, you're steal from me. You feel what I'm saying? So like, it was just a lot of shit in the state that I wasn't.
The state is different in the Fed. Ain't no cars, nothing like that.
Nah, ain't no
it's
cars.
Like you
gangs,
really just
gangs.
Yeah, it's gangs for the most part.
Gangs and regular niggas. Regular
I ain't
niggas.
gonna lie, bro. When I first went down, like I had a whole new knowledge. I didn't know that much about gangs. Like, I knew they was around. I knew about Bloods and Crips, but like the whole structure of it and, you know, the protocol situation, all that. I had to learn all that down there. You know
and then it ain't even. I feel like now it ain't even no structure, because I done seen niggas homies do bullshit. And they begging nigga, or the nigga who got the most stand on the unit don't even say nothing.
Yo, bro, when I was down there, mind you, my last bit was 10 years ago. It was going more back to what city you was from, more than the gang. Like, I watched a dude who was blood from Camden, and one of the big bros was from Jersey City, and they used to kick it every day. But the Camden dude got into it with another Jersey City dude, and the dude from Jersey City looked at him like, handle your business. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't
I think that's what it more of is now. And I'm gonna say this too, you was down when it was still like a lot of Bloods, you feel what I'm saying? Now it's a lot of Crips.
I mean, it was like even at that point.
I feel like Nip made it cool to be Crip. So like, it's more Crips now, and they cutting up. So now when I was just down, they was acting up.
The Crips was chill when I was
They was acting up.
up.
They was acting up, you feel what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? You know, shout out to both sides, but I'm gonna say like the Crips was having their way, you feel what I'm saying? And they was carrying it like they on what they with, whatever. Back versus how it was in the early 2000s where,
Well,
you know,
couldn't
niggas
really
was, you
be
couldn't
Crips.
even be Crip. You feel what I'm saying?
It was
So
on you.
that's what shocked me when I got to the state looking like, damn, these Crip niggas, they having their way.
Yeah, like I ain't gonna lie, my first bid, it was a Crip spot. The end was ran by the Crips pretty much. I mean behind the wall, like not behind the wall, but the compound. You know, when you got to the camps, it was a little different. I mean, but the compound the Crips had, they was deep, but they was chilling. They wasn't really tripping like that. You know what I'm saying? So when I went back later on, it was like even to the point where Bloods and Crips sleep in the same cell. Like that wasn't heard of before. That was going on though. You know what I'm saying?
And that's how you see it now too. You see it now like Bloods and Crips, like they're politic. But I done seen Bloods. I just really, literally before I just left, I done seen a Blood get punched on by a grape nigga. And it was a whole big issue. It was a whole big issue with the reason why the grape nigga punched on him. And his homies ain't do nothing. His homies tucked tail.
I ain't gonna lie, I told a story about this on my page about how two Blood dudes had jumped a grape nigga. But mind you, Grape had the jail.
Okay.
So when we went to the yard, no, it was a Sean nigga. It was a Sean nigga punched him. Two Sean niggas jumped the Grape nigga.
Okay.
You go to the yard, the Grapes go this way, the Sean niggas go that way. It's like 5 Sean niggas and 100,000 Grape niggas. You know what I'm saying? So in my mind, niggas about to get smoked about this joint. But what stopped it was the leaders of both gangs was from Newark, so they had like a little drawing and they spoke and they let them shoot the fade. You know what I'm saying? But if it wasn't that, they was outnumbered like 30 to 1. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. Now these niggas was in position, they ain't do nothing. Like I said, I don't say nothing to disrespect no Blood niggas. I'm just gonna talk facts. I'm not never gonna make it impartial because I'm trying to save niggas' feelings. It ain't me talking with malice and none of that. Like I'm just telling you what I seen. I seen some, and I'm like looking like I thought y'all niggas was gang members. Like what part of the game? What part of the game is this?
Yeah, the gangs, especially like with the Bloods. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I feel like the West Coast Bloods was different than the East Coast Bloods, and that mattered. They carried it a little.
I was
different.
saying going like back on the federal note, because I came home from Texas. You know what I'm saying? So this is the first time. Like I'm from Jersey, so I come up in an era where when they used to say blood rules. So when I got to Texas or start going to these places in the feds, it's more Crips than blood. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And like I'm seeing Crip niggas beefing with Crip niggas, other sets in the jails. You feel what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? So being in Texas to see, I met more Crip niggas than blood niggas. You feel what I'm saying? So it was like it was different. But
would you say they carry how the Crips carried out here, or they move different?
in the feds, you can't carry it like that. I feel like a lot of shit that going on in the jails out here is oppression, and the feds ain't going for that because just like it's cars, it might be a situation. It's always going to be a conflict of interest. Meaning, like, okay, you might be in a spot that's structured where you're with the Crips, you're this, you're with them. So you might have a situation where you might be a Crip, but your man from Jersey, you're from Jersey and you're a Crip, and your man from Jersey and your man get into it. You gonna rock with your man, and then it might be 10 niggas behind that. Like, man, that's my man, and it just trickle down. You feel what I'm saying? So it just start a whole bigger situation, or it might be you might have homies from 5 other different states that's rocking the same way. Like, man, fuck that, that's bro, I'm rocking with you. You feel what I'm saying? And cause I done got into a riot with the Mexicans. You feel what I'm saying? And I done seen the shit where you got niggas and you looking like, damn, bro, you ain't even Muslim, because it was the Muslims versus the Mexicans. And then it's niggas from all different states like, nah, bro, you going, we don't go with you. And then they brought their homies, and it just be different situations. So a lot of situations that happen in the state won't happen in the feds because it's nobody bigger than the program. You know what I'm saying?
How you feel about that Tory situation? You know, that just happened, like how he got stabbed up like that. That's like that's type stuff you see behind the wall when you in the feds.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it would have been up, because in the feds, if a Mexican stab a black person, every car, when it become race things, every car is going Voltron.
Nah, there's dudes talking like they was saying like, yo, when the jail get off lockdown, it's up.
It's going up. It's going to go up, and that's
a state joint. That ain't even a fed.
But you gotta understand too, though, and a lot of niggas don't know this. Federal prison bidding is structured behind Cali's Department of Corrections. So how they got the shot callers and all of that, that shit is all structured behind that, because you gotta understand a lot of Fed cases back in the day was coming out of Cali. The Mexicans, most Mexicans you see, Serangos, all of that shit is based off Cali prison. So basically, when it's race, when it's the white boys against the blacks, all cars is the blacks against the Mexicans. It's funny because the white boys team up with the Mexicans. You feel what I'm saying?
I know about that.
The Aryans team up with the Mexicans, so it's like
A-N-K.
yeah. So everybody, so so when it become a race thing, that's why they'll lock the jail down because they know everybody is going.
And it's not like on the East Coast. I feel like the East Coast, like Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, they tend to grow up with the black folks.
Nah, facts.
I don't see them teaming up with the white folks to go against us because they allowed to say nigga and everything.
You know what's crazy? They're a neutral party.
Who,
Because
like
the Dominicans, the Puerto Ricans, they're a neutral party. They don't fuck with the Mexicans, and they don't involve themselves unless you got a Puerto Rican that's in the whip like that, cause they got their own little whips. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like they might be, or they might be Trinidadio, whatever the fuck, whatever gang they is. But they be on their own. So it's like they don't really. What's the name? Unless a nigga come to the jail and be like, yo, I'm in the whip. Here go my work. This what it is, and they gonna ask like, damn, ain't you such and such? Nah, I'm a regular. Nah, I'm with y'all. You feel what I'm saying? Because they don't really be. I'm not gonna say that they don't be strong, but they don't be. And then a lot of them Dominicans and a lot of them Puerto Ricans, they be hot. Like they don't even really be like, they paperwork don't be right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I done been in MDC, and the Dominicans tell niggas their own kind. Like if you ain't tell, you can't even come kick it with us.
What?
Them niggas just putting dominoes in their dicks and all of that. Like,
oh, nah.
Nigga, y'all mean from saying,
You take the subject.
this shit wild, bro. Pause, no Diddy.
Yo, so look, man. Overall, you did 13 years altogether.
Shit, a little bit more than that, almost 14.
Right. So I'm sure you've been through a lot of struggles, everything, man. Like I said, man, like we don't always get like. Dudes be like, oh, dudes be talking about jail and all that. It's not the fact that we glorifying being in jail. This is what we glorifying, bro. We glorifying having good character and know that when you do the crime, you're gonna do the time.
Absolutely.
You're not gonna include nobody in your joint.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of people haven't been tested, man. And
Absolutely.
to me, you had the ultimate test, bro. At 20 years old, somebody comes to you about to do 10 years, and it's like, man.
And I had some shit I could have told them.
I
had some shit.
A lot.
I'm gonna be 100 with you. These people.
Tell them how much the people in your circle is doing right now.
My one bro, he got 50. You know what I'm saying? They say he's the leader. You know.
Right.
My other bro, he was about to walk out. He walked off an 8-year sentence.
And
they re-indicted him, gave him 20 more.
I was in the county with both of them guys. I had an opportunity to talk with them guys. You know what I'm saying?
So,
stand up dudes, man.
I done had it up against me. This the thing. It's not celebrated to go to jail, and this the problem. You feel what I'm saying? Because I just got into it with somebody like this too, where dudes that come home from these prison stints or these prison bids, and they feel like you such a real nigga. Cause I done met a million cornballs in jail. I done met a bunch of fake niggas, bunch of fuck niggas.
Bunch of rats.
What's celebrated is being up against it and coming out of it with your record intact. Because we taking all these field trips, we doing all this shit to build up our reputation, and niggas is getting in them rooms and ruining this shit, bro. Like writing one statement and killing all that credibility.
All that for nothing.
So it's like you did all that for nothing. So salute the nigga that could have told or could have did whatever he did, and he didn't. He just took his time.
He just took their responsibility. That's man stuff. And like I said, that's what we commend. It's not about getting caught. It's not about, oh, I'm tough because I've been in jail and I've been through this and that. No, bro, it's about the character of it. Like, all right, I messed up. I had to go do some time. You know,
and
I didn't involve nobody. I had to take responsibility and I did what I had to do. And I came home. And that's what it is, man. So I just feel like, dudes get it messed up because it's these dudes that never been in jail. They like, well, I ain't want to go to jail. That's cool, but is you thorough though? Like, so if me and you get into something, you know what I mean? Are you going to tuck your tail or is you going to be on man time? If you, I don't know, if you get caught cheating on your wife, is you going to be like, well, my man was cheating too? Or is you going to be like, oh, I cheated, I was wrong, and you make it right?
It's all about integrity. Like, that's
what it's about, bro. It's just being a man, bro. That's it. Being a man and acceptance of what you did. So with that being said, what would you tell your younger self? Like at the age you is now, knowing what you know, what advice would you give to your younger self?
I feel like, and it's not a shot at bro, you feel what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of times we was going overboard. Like it was like overboard to, and I see it a lot now with these young niggas. Like, so I would tell myself the same thing because like the YN of today, I was a YN back then. You know what I'm saying? Before it was a YN. I tell niggas I was outside before outside was outside. So like I would tell myself like a lot of shit we was doing was to prove a point. Like you trying to prove a point to niggas that's broke
That don't even matter.
Niggas don't even matter. You trying to get validation from situations that don't even need no validation. So I feel like a lot of times when niggas was bending and niggas was doing certain shit, niggas was doing that shit just to prove a point, to show you, oh, I'm not to be fucked with. And a lot of times these niggas don't even want no problems, bro. Like niggas is doing shit now. These young niggas, it don't even be that these young niggas is killers, man. A lot of these young niggas is doing shit because they don't want to look like they corny in front of their homies, bro.
Right.
A lot of these young niggas don't want to die, bro. Like I'm just being 100 with you. Like a lot of these young niggas is sliding and bending. They not even sliding and bending for their man that died. They sliding because, oh, I'ma look corny if I don't do nothing. Look at Dirk's situation. Dirk, you get some get back for Vaughn, and then now you up against it. And then niggas is saying that he might become, man, niggas don't know the situation with how the feds play. Right. 9 times out of 10, they got you, bro. 9 times out of 10, like a break for Dirk would be him getting a 30 or getting a 360-month sentence. I'm not even gonna say 30 years. I'm gonna break it down for you because they gonna tell you your sentence in months. A 360-month sentence might be a break for Dirk, bro. Yeah, versus a life sentence, bro. Like just to be like just to look cool, like that shit is not like, man, bro, like.
So that's it. You would tell yourself like, yo, just
man, just cool out, bit, bro.
Enjoy this life.
I ain't gonna say bro name, but I know bro sitting in the cell right now. Like, I wish I would have just cooled out. And he doing his time. He doing that 50 without even complaining about that shit, bro. Right. Bro be in good spirits. You feel what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, niggas is wasting time. You can't get back. I mean, like,
your kids getting bigger.
I don't even got kids.
Family being sick.
Not for him. It's his family being sick.
You home right now. He's still
niggas losing. You feel what I'm saying? You and bro in the John winning. He winning. He got businesses out here and all of that, but like legit businesses that's thriving. Right. But at the end of the day, you away from your wife, you away from your kids, you losing, you done lost one of your kids' parents. It's a fucked up situation. So I know bro be saying like, yo, a lot of shit that I could have been the voice of reason, I'm just mashing the gas. Cause like I said, these young niggas, I was doing that shit 15, 20 years ago. You feel what I'm saying?
I'll be on your ass like,
yeah, like
I'm your voice of reason. Cause I'm a thinker and I'll be like, oh, hey, I mean, that shit ain't worth it. I mean, I don't ever want to sound like I'm bitching, but it'd be like, oh, bro, we got to be smart out this joint.
Be out there, especially when you got shit going on. So that's the thing, like that's the fucked up part about this shit is that niggas ain't really telling these little niggas, like especially the niggas, and then it's so fucked up now too. Coming out of the pandemic, it ain't really nobody getting no money like that. It's some niggas getting some bread, and I'm talking to the streets with this, but I can guarantee whoever watching this shit right now, you can't name 5 niggas that you know is rich. Like that got the bag. So the niggas that's really outside with these young niggas, they in the same situation as them, so they not even really, and these older niggas, they not even telling them, like, yo, youngin, slow down. Put the button down. Put that shit down. Give you some money. Go do this. Niggas ain't doing that, bro. Niggas telling these niggas been, and then niggas situation is fucked up. So nigga, that being broke and not being right, being broke and having a gun ain't a good mix. I'ma just say that. You feel what I'm saying? And that's not a good mix.
Yeah, man. And we want to end this off, but I just want to say, tell them what you got going on and what you got planned for the future and all that, and what to look out for. I don't know if you want to put your social media out there and all that.
Follow me. I am Super Drugs. All one word. I am Super Drugs. No Sleep 3 on the way. I know y'all want me to back.
He be talking too on the TikTok and all that. He be giving game.
Follow me with same thing on TikTok. I am Super Drugs.
I'm gonna get his YouTube going.
Man, just follow me, man.
We got stories, man. We got real life situations, man.
And this is all everything I said. This is everything that you can fact check, and you can fact check it, man. You can look on me. You can look me up. Google me. And as cliche as that may sound,
yeah, it is what it is, though. You know what I'm saying?
Just look out for No Sleep 3, man. They begging me to get back on that rap shit. I be on the fence with that shit, but I'm about to lock back in.
All right, man. We signing out, man. It's the Kid HG, my man Super Drugs.
Super.
Thanks for tuning in, man. Yo.